enough with me. And more about you. This call is about you, Rob. I just wanted to let everyone know that I have met you recently through the community. And through the SFM community, you meet a lot of great people, but you're someone who your story inspired me, and I felt like it is worth sharing your story with the world, because not only is it relevant to people who are contemplating SFM, it really does relate to anyone who is at a point in their life where they feel like they're giving up, or they're creating these like non-existent limiting beliefs and barriers on themselves. And yeah, so Rob, can you please just give people on this call, or whoever's going to hear this, a brief background into who you are pre-SFM, just very...
Sure, yeah, absolutely, Omar. It's great to talk with you again. So, so I've been with the SFM just over a year, building my online business, and I'm now starting to build a couple of different businesses, a couple of different income streams. But prior to this, quite a story, I guess. So like yourself, I had a corporate career. It was a 20-year career. Worked 10 years as a scientist doing cancer research. Then I had a bit of a difficult time there when my first son was born. His mother was really, really ill with depression, and she left us. And so I was stuck on my own in London, no family support because we were away from family. Very, very tough time. And so I was looking for a solution to change my life. I needed more flexible working hours. I needed more money. Scientist is a decent job, but I was working 12 hours a day. And I just needed that flexibility to help look after my son, and I needed that more money. So I went into sales and marketing within life science industry. And initially I thought, this is great. I have a little bit more flexibility. I'm earning more money. You've got more sort of perks that come with that corporate lifestyle. But then I started to climb these corporate ladders, just trying to earn a little bit more money by getting promoted each time. I'm just giving up more and more of my time, more and more stress, more responsibility, and for just no increase in fulfillment at all. In fact, fulfillment just went down. I just began to really hate that corporate environment, that corporate rat race. And I really began to struggle with stress, anxiety, depression, which I didn't treat for years and years. And I began to self-medicate with alcohol to the point where I really I couldn't control it. I ended up losing work, and I woke up one day, I had a debt of £250,000, owing to 7 different banks, mostly my mortgage. I was going to lose my house. I feared I was going to lose my family, everything. I was really kind of down on my knees. That's where that drove me. I didn't have the foresight like you, and other people to actually try to change before something that drastic happened to me. But that was my story. And so, I just didn't know what to do. I was a broken man, to be honest with you. So I needed help. My family helped me. I got some treatment. And then I really started to understand the value of investing in my self-development. Because I had so much professional development,
Right.
You said, we had great jobs, great career, reaching good levels and positions within a company, but that doesn't make you happy. It's not who you are. It's not who you are. And I completely neglected any self or spiritual development for 20 years. And so, when I came down to my knees, I started to invest in myself, in my time, to get myself well spiritually, mentally. And I went to a lot of meetings, a lot of recovery meetings. I was told to go to 90 meetings in 90 days, Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, place like this. I did a meeting every day for 9 months. You know, I
Wow.
really took
100%.
myself on, and yeah, that investment in myself, and started to develop, started to understand how to express myself, um, to understand authentically who I really am.
Thousand
And
percent.
but then also to then become a vessel of service to other people, which is what I do now with half of my time with people in drug and alcohol addiction. I'm able to pass on my experiences and my my understanding of clean living and sober living to people who are struggling. So that's a massive part of my life now. I was never in service to other people. In the corporate world, it's always take, 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 and get what you want.
Yeah.
But now I'm also in a position where I'm building an online business where I'm helping people to get started online as well. Again, just like I do in the addiction world, passing on my experiences. And I feel a responsibility to do that. I don't want people to be out there suffering and to be unhappy in what they're doing.
Yeah.
Whether that's in a position of addiction, whether that's in a position of people being unfulfilled at work, you know, not having the time to spend with their families, etc., etc. I'm now just in a lovely place of being a person of service to others.
Yes.
That's just
Yes.
that's a great thing. I've been a
I
very
know.
selfish person in my life. I know that, and now I'm just being afforded that space now.
Yeah.
Stop that and to give back. And it's the most amazing, fulfilling feeling. It's great.
Yeah. Man, I love that. And, thanks for sharing and thanks for being vulnerable. I honestly do believe that only when people are vulnerable can they actually affect the people around them. Because,
Mm.
I mean, human beings were more similar than different. I mean, everyone's going through their own shit in one way or another. It's just a different form.
Yeah.
And people and human beings, we do connect at that emotional, basic level of basic needs and instincts. So thank you for sharing. And I know that, your message, your story is going to resonate with a lot of people out there. And you just said, like, had you not gone through what you've went through, then you wouldn't have embarked on this spiritual personal development journey, and now you wouldn't have been that vessel and vehicle that is changing lives and impacting lives. So that's the beauty of the story, and that's the beauty of the way this universe operates. Honestly, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what drove you to the SFM? How did you come across the SFM? At what point did that come into your life? And maybe we can now transition to the SFM story and
Yeah.
journey.
So I mean, I was about to say to people listening here. I mean, obviously, my story is a little bit extreme for people who want to change their life and come to this kind of community. But where is your line in the sand moment going to be, where you say, do you know what? I'm just not prepared to keep living like this anymore. You actually don't deserve it. Everyone deserves so much more. And so for me, after this about 8 to 9 months period of recovery, I was very, very unwell when I started. As I say, I'd lost my job. I was just broken. I was really, really unwell. I got untreated depression, so I was treated for that. And after this 9 months of working on myself, I felt better. I thought, okay, now I need to get back in the game. I need to get back to work. I can't stay off work forever. I can't afford to do that for a start. But I didn't know what to do. The only thing that I knew what to do was to go back into sales and marketing. The thing that I've been in for 10 years. I thought, I don't really want to do that. But it's all I know. Do you know what? I mean, looking back now, Omar, I was kidding myself because I was saying to myself, just get back into a job, maybe do it 6 months, a year, and then start to think about, what else that you could do, because you do need to change.
Yeah.
But so I went into this interview for a job, and I was interviewed, lovely people that interviewed me. The job was a bit beneath me, but I thought, well, you've got to get back into work. And I come out of this interview and I just begin to cry. I don't mean, just a little tear and feeling sorry for myself. I mean, really breaking down, gut wrenching, where your face is all contorted and you're crying. And I just thought, wow, what's going on here? And I understood then that I could not go back down the path being on.
Yeah.
I knew exactly what was going to happen. I was going to manifest exactly the same kind of results I'd always got in life. It would not change. And, you know,
100%.
there's a great saying within the recovery community, which is, you know, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Now, if you don't change your behaviors around where you were in addiction, you will never come out of that. You have to change so many things in your life if you want to overcome addiction or alcoholism. But it's the same thing in
anything.
In changing anything, yeah, but in changing your quiz, you have to change something. You can't
change something.
The same thing. It will not change. Your feelings will not change. It won't get better. Moving to a different kind of job. Ultimately, it's just you're just looking for something. It's not
1,000%.
for you. And so that was a line in the sand moment for me. I just remember thinking, I can't do this. I can't do this. And then, so for me, I wasn't even looking for online business opportunities. I didn't know what it was. I just stumbled across it.
Yeah.
I stumbled across an app, came in, and then I was like, wow, this is what it's all about. I'm in exactly the right place, because I got into this call, an orientation call as you come into SFM. And here's this guy sharing about his son and how he's 2 years old. His son is 15 now, a guy called JJ. When his son was 2, he used to work so much. He was never at home. That one day he picked up his son, and his son cried because he didn't even recognize who his dad was. That's how much he worked. And as he shared this story, he began to sort of break down and get very emotional. And I just so connected with that. I just thought, this is great. This is a space where people are really changing their lives, and they're getting vulnerable and understanding about themselves, and really understanding they need to change something. That was me.
Yes.
That was me. I needed to be there.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I found this or this found me.
It's the beauty of
both. It's just incredible.
Man, honestly, things come to you when you're ready and when you're at a point.
Yes, when you're ready.
You're ready, and that's honestly what. So that's the struggle I faced with this journey, because I kind of want to wake people up and tell them, yo, like, there is an alternative out there. There's this opportunity. I'm handing it to you. I just need you to see it. I need you to see it for you. I mean, I can't wake you up enough. I mean, that click needs to switch. You know what I mean? And now that story that you said about JJ, I mean, I just got goosebumps. I've heard it several times, but every time I hear it, it gives me goosebumps.
It gets me as well. But because it's so real. But like I said, where is your line in the sand moment? For me, I got very far down the line before I did that, before I got that line in the sand moment. But, if it's the right time for you now, if you're really thinking, well, I really can't carry on like this. It's not, I need to change.
Yeah.
More than that. I realize that now. I didn't think I was worth this back then. For me, it was just drink harder, work harder. That will solve your problems.
Yeah.
No.
And how do you think, how did the SFM change you? And obviously this is an open-ended question, because you can give me an answer to mindset, technical skills, whatever. This is a free-for-all, because it's truly a transformational journey that I've been on it for not even 6 months, 7 months, and I already noticed the drastic changes. And it's crazy because you can't explain it to people. So I'm maybe through your words, you're better able to explain it.
Yes, I mean, there's a lot of different people that are doing this for a lot of different reasons, but it's all because they want to change something, right?
Yes.
It's all because you feel the need to change something. And for me, when I started, I had gone through a lot of changes. I'd done a lot of work. But the space of SFM in the community has just allowed me to just become more like myself. It's just come out. I don't feel anymore like I have to have you know, live in different boxes, have different faces for different people, you know, whether I'm the
Yeah,
husband or the husband
yeah,
person, the father
yeah.
person, the son person, you know, to my parents, the friend person, you know, these different faces, these different personas that we put on.
Man, that's so
That's
true.
starting to go, and I'm just starting to be one person.
Yeah, me too.
You know, everyone out there does this. We all change, just slightly sometimes, even, you know, to
And I think the huge reason of that
situations.
is
I mean,
also,
it
yeah,
doesn't make you happy. You've never
yeah,
been so happy as when you can just be yourself. It's great.
exactly. Yeah. And yeah, I mean that's what that is. I mean, the SFM is it transcends beyond digital marketing and marketing skills and online, because all of that is perfect, man. Yes, there's the secret formula. If you do it and if you have the time and the effort, you can achieve it. But there's more than that. There's the community, man. There's you surrounding yourself with like-minded people who are operating at a higher, vibrational frequency, at a higher everything, and all of a sudden you're growing as a person. And you notice that, you start noticing that as you start speaking and interacting with the people around you. And so yeah, I completely get you on that.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, if I look at people that I work with in SFM, you've got all kinds of different people as well. I've got some people who are just like myself, you know, right, just take action. I'm going to do this no matter what happens. You know, I'm doing this at all costs. You know, I'm going to be building a profitable business, you know, within 12 months, and I'm going to be a 6-figure, 7-figure earner. And they're just right on it like this. But also got people who are, you know, really very shy and are in this perhaps at a slower pace as well, and coming in almost more for the development skills, self-development skills, to develop that first, nurture themselves before they then can go on and tackle and really start to build a business as well. So it, you know, but there's the tools and mentoring to help all those different kinds of people within SFM as well.
It's everything for I mean
Mm.
it's everything for everyone. You can get whatever you want to take out of it. It's this amazing journey.
Mm.
It's like pick and choose. You're at this candy store and it works. If you're a persona who wants to make financial results very quickly, then you could do that. If you're someone who's into the mindset stuff, you could do that. If you're someone who is doing both,
Yep.
then that's perfect for you. And that's honestly me. I feel like I'm kind of in between both, and I'm
Yes.
loving it, and I'm enjoying it so much. So for those who who might be listening into this, and they're probably in it for the financial freedom aspect, and that's fair, because I mean we can't deny the money, the financial independence aspect that you get out of this journey. I mean we all got into it. It's an amazing plus, and for others it's a fundamental a factor. So you don't have to share obviously results, but then how did that technical financial generation result aspect of this journey has been going on for you?
Yeah, so I mean, and so I mean, for me, like most people, initially you come in there and it's like, right, I want to make some money, and I don't want to work. I want to make money doing this. How much money can I earn? Blah blah blah. And then it does become more about mindset as well, and you start to mix the two together. For me, like I say, I was this person who came in straight away. Right, I want to learn everything. I want to take every bit of education and mentoring that I can get, and I will invest in myself to the top level to be able to do this. And to do that, what you need is massive imperfect action. So you
Yeah.
don't sit there learning things for months and right, when it's perfect, I'll get started. You just go and you perfect things as you go along. I was earning money after a month,
Yeah,
couple
that's amazing, man.
of dollars, something like that. But within 8 months now, I mean, I've been here a year, but 8 months of actively marketing,
Yeah,
I'm now earning multiple 5-figure. So that's where I've
amazing.
got to.
That's amazing, man. Honestly,
Some
that's
people are a lot less than that. Some people are a heck of a lot more as well.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you put it's just like any other skill, and the community keeps on mentioning. It's just like going to the gym. It's like a muscle. You have to train it, and you have to be focused. Same here, man. I've been on this since September. I've been marketing for a month now, and I've been seeing solid results. And I'm like, this works. I mean, if you are able to make $1 online, you're able to make $100,000 online. It's a matter of optimizing and scaling it. You've got the secret formula, and that's the message I always try to give to people. So what about the community in SFM? I know I've touched over that briefly, but how did that play out for you? I mean, can you give me just your experience with that? Because I have made friendships over the community. And honestly, there are some people who I talk to on a daily basis. Yeah. Like there's this lady called Nancy in Australia. She's 40 years old, or maybe even when we're tight. And we're really close. We just bond at so many levels, and I love that. And that's the kind of these are the kind of bonds you she's in Australia. We have this like crazy hour difference, but we're in touch. We talk every day, and not only about SFM, about everything. And these are the relationships you nurture through this journey.
So so for me, it's critical. I mean, I think working online, starting online, all that information is out there, right? It's all out there. You can find pretty much everything on YouTube. There's different training courses, etc. But it's without the support of people who are going through the same thing. And also people are just one step ahead of you. Yes. Just like I'm just one step ahead of you at the moment, Omar, just that little bit step ahead, and I can offer you some advice here and there. That's what makes the difference. Coming in here, you've got Facebook groups, particularly the video challenge, 90-day video challenge Facebook group, where I met a lot of people. I myself regularly talk to people who live all over the world. And
all over the world.
Regular calls with, we help each other with things. There's all the live events. Now I've been through several education and mentoring programs with SFM. I've been to Toronto, to Texas, Australia, London, which is here in the UK. But a lot of different live events, meet people there. And then we also have, mentoring programs and training programs within SFM. I mean, I'm leading one at the moment, which you're in. And, and again, it's just that if you're one step ahead of someone, you get the chance to help people and just pull them up.
Yes.
At the rate you're going, and you're probably just going to leapfrog me soon anyway. So this is the way it goes. We just pull each other up, and you're going to be able to do the same for people to pull them up behind you and help them.
That's what I love.
That's what it's all about.
That's what I love. Yeah.
You can't do it on your own. You can't be sat there on your own. You're not going to get anywhere.
You're impressive, man. Within a year, you're already doing coaching and mentor, and already tapped into that space right away. And you're doing that on top of that business that you're building. That's what I love, man. You grow in so many ways. I mean, you can't even explain it to people sometimes. And you mentioned that whole point of because sometimes if you join a community and people are way ahead of you might feel overwhelmed, and you might feel like, I've gotta take these many steps to reach where these people are. However, in this community, it's like you've got the newbies, you've got people at your level, just like you said, and that helps because you can find someone who's at your level, you can mastermind, and you're at the stage, and you don't feel overwhelmed, or you don't feel like you're falling back, or like people are ahead of you. Pretty special. So I'm conscious of time. I know we've got 5 minutes. Any final advice to, I would say, two types of people? Someone who's starting, have just started their SFM journey. They're starting with their module 1 or 2, or someone who is still contemplating the idea of SFM, still doesn't understand it, and is thinking, is this even true? I'm scared. I don't have enough money, enough time. What do you say to these two groups of people?
The first one's quite difficult because there's so many things I could say.
I know.
For me, it's all about, if you're just starting out and you're working through. So I mean, if you're still in the modules, if you're at that stage, really, module 2 is such a big thing.
Powerful.
You know, some people who are not in SFM won't know what I'm talking about, but this is an area, a space where you really start to need to understand what it is that you want. Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
The single most important thing. There's a lot of exercises that we do around this, because if you really, really understand why you're doing this, what is your ideal day? We work on ideal days. If you understand that, then the how to do it will just fall into place. Because you know, if you understand, you know, if you get into a position where you think that, you know, with utter certainty that you will succeed, then, you know, the only way that you can fail is by giving up, you know.
Yeah, literally. Or die
Succeed or
trying.
die trying. That's it. And if you really, really know why, then you'll be willing to put in the steps to go forward. It's so important.
So important.
So important, because so many people will fall by the wayside because they're not focused on what it is that they really, really, really want. And I spent a lot of time working on that. I now live my ideal day.
I love that, man. This is amazing. Honestly, really inspirational.
I live my ideal day because when I sat down and talked about my ideal day, I went into proper detail, like how I could, you know, you talk about visualizing something. So maybe you're sat in a meditation, you can see it, but it's not about seeing. You need to smell, taste, touch, you know, hear. And I could smell the coffee in the kitchen I was sitting in.
Yes.
You know, I felt, I could feel the love and appreciation of my wife in the garden, where she's working in the garden, because that's the place that she just loves the most.
That's amazing.
The love and the compassion for the people that I was helping in early stages of alcoholism and addiction. I embraced them. I visualized that. I felt it. And I now do that.
Yeah.
Every day I do it. Here, this is my life. What I visualized is my life. And I got there by just massive, massive imperfect action. Don't be worried that you don't know what you're doing. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. Get to why. So that would be advice to someone who's just started. The advice to someone who's like, what is this online business thing all about? I think it goes back to this point that I made is, you know, where is your line in the sand?
Yeah.
Think about your working day at the moment. What are you doing? How do you feel? Now, how's that affecting your family life, or, you know, your mental health, or whatever it is? What's going on in your life? Are you prepared, you know, just to keep going on like this, where if you don't change anything, nothing will change? You will continue to feel the way that you feel. At best, you will continue to feel the way you feel. If not, you will start to feel worse.
Yeah.
It's not going to get any better unless you change it. It's not going to get any better. Now, for a lot of people, most people out here won't have reached their line in the same moment, and they'll think, you know, I'm okay. Stick in my comfort zone. But I know there's people listening here who have had enough.
Yeah.
And they know that there's something different, and that they know they're starting to understand that they're worth it, and understand that if you don't take action, and take 100% responsibility for changing your life now, and it's just not going to change. Not going to change.
Ever.
It's all about taking that first step. Take the action.
It's all about that, man. And the annoying thing is
it's all up here. It's all up here.
And those who know that there's something off with their life, they're going to figure it out eventually. And they're going to may want to take action eventually. And they're going to regret taking it at a later point. And I just, you know, I just want these people to
It's
take it
not,
for them.
it's not going to happen for you unless you start to take responsibility and take action.
1000%. Thank you so much, man. This phone call was epic, and a lot of values, a lot of takeaways. I know people are going to leave this call, thinking to themselves, asking themselves these big questions. And for that, I thank you. Thank you for your time. I know you're busy with your business, with your wife, with your kid, and with the coaching that you're doing. So I appreciate your time, man. And I'll definitely see you on our next mastermind call.
Yeah, we'll do.
Right?
Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.
Of course. Take it easy, bro.